Hi, my name's Max and I'm a volunteer at BIFoR, the Birmingham Institute of Forest Research, and I'm a second year student studying global environmental change and sustainability. But today I'm here on the sunny Green Heart at the University of Birmingham to give you an example of the 3-minute pitch. So today I'm going to explain to you why research at BIFoR could help to provide a solution to the issue of deforestation. Deforestation is an issue globally because it has effects of increased flooding, habitat loss, extinction of plants and animals. It can disrupt the food chains and it can lead to soil erosion. So lots of effects there, so we need to be tackling deforestation. And some solutions proposed have included planting more trees and reintroducing certain species. So how could the research at BIFoR help with these solutions? Well, at BIFoR we have an experiment called FACE, and that stands for Free Air Carbon Enrichment. And what that means is we have an experimental forest where we are pumping extra carbon dioxide into the air around the trees to see how they react to increased levels of carbon dioxide. Because we know that in the future carbon dioxide levels in the atmosphere are going to be a lot higher than they are now. But we don't know if trees are going to be able to survive in that and how well they'll grow in it. So that's exactly what our experiment is trying to find out. This will help us to understand the survival of trees for the future, and when we're looking at planting trees to combat deforestation, we'll be able to know exactly what trees we should be planting and how long they're likely to survive and whether they'll grow well in that future climate. But there's also another experiment going on at BIFoR called a tree diversification study. And what that's looking at is planting different trees, different species of trees next to each other to understand how they interact with each other and whether they affect how they grow. Some trees, when they're planted next to a different species, might grow better. Some trees, when planted next to a different species, might not grow as well. So that's something that we're looking at. And that will help us to understand which species of trees we should be planting when we're trying to combat deforestation, especially since one of the solutions we've talked about is reintroducing certain species to woodlands. So the research at BIFoR will help us to understand whether trees are going to survive the atmosphere of the future, but they'll also help us to understand which species we should be planting to make sure that they survive in the future. Because there's no point in planting trees if they're just going to die 10 years later. We want to make sure that the trees survive for as long as they possibly can. But that's not the only issue surrounding climate change. Can you think of any other issues apart from deforestation?